Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Go and get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spin 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my cause I'm popping and I know you're not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops. Getting walk, got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, what a no, it's talking now.
Hey.
A lot of these lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No cost. I want that cost. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce.
Hold up.
But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the brand, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check to go. A lot of these lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No cost. I want that cost. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds Da Vinci is white.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down is Manning. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see a point in communication.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle.
For right, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Giants offense getting ready to take over again, and they now have the highest paid NFL receiver on their roster. I don't know if you know him. His name's Odell Beckham Jr. And on the 27th, he signed a 5-year extension for how much money?
$95 million, I believe, with $65 million of it guaranteed.
That's good.
Big congrats to him and big congrats to the organization. Not so much that they gave him the money, but now it no longer looms. It's no longer lingering. No more questions about it going into the regular season. He's there. He's going to be a Giant, one of the best playmakers in the league. And now they get his full attention on the football field.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Manning now to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Let's go.
Manning going to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Following the interception, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Morgan. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, a 16-yard. Have taken a first-quarter lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. In the short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Carlson now to kick this one away.
Look at that boomstick. That boomstick.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Give me that.
Shepard complete over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. From the gun, it's Manning. He's going to loft one deep left side here, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Manning. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
Why would you go for it? Look, quit. Hey, y'all see this stream? The stream is watching. Quit. Hey, Austin. They don't want to work. I'm telling you, son. Come on, son.
Oh, you're the rapper.
My brother's suicide. Yeah, yeah.
What is it? Oh, is that a Space Invader? I mean, a ray gun. I mean, not ray. Yeah,
Stand and look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where to waste that. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack.
I won't take it.
Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yeah, making me dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings.
Get down. Put your hands up to the sky.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Oh my God, it's suicide. Yeah, I'm on the line. Yeah.
Garoppolo on first down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
She throwing too soft.
Incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And able to find Garçon. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. That's good for a Niner 1st down. Garoppolo to Garçon.
You suck, Austin.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Screenplay.
Come here, boy. Come here,
they
boy.
go backwards
Give
here.
me that
Losing
booty.
yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard,
What
and
happened?
that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
120, go.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And Robinson with a big
Oh my
catch.
gosh, dude.
And he's
This
able to
kid's
get the
lame.
1st before he's taken down at the 36. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. He's going to put one out here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots down the field.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Aldrick Robinson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gould now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins on 1st down. And incomplete to open things up. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They go play action here on 1st down. The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Yellow. Let's just shoot me.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They go play action. Cousins. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really frequent combination. On 3rd down, Cousins. Got a man, it's right. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right.
Shut up.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here's Cousins. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing is Cousins, eluding the pressure right. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense getting another crack here. And, you know, I don't want to read too much into preseason numbers, but yet I do want to read a lot into preseason numbers. You know, from an offensive standpoint, the 49ers right now, #1 in the NFL, over 400 yards a game.
Hey, read away. When you're averaging that kind of a number, Yeah, you feel great as a team. You feel great as a franchise. And Jimmy Garoppolo, having come over from New England last year to be their quarterback, he hasn't done a single thing to dispel the notion that he's going to be a very good starting quarterback in this league. And he wants his team to focus on the little things he talked about after last preseason game. Don't let the little things slide, guys. We still got some things to do to get better.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
I said I was just playing D2, and I'm used to,
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
I'm trying to, like, glide right now.
11.
Play action. Garoppolo. Trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion.
And Owen caught it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Here we go. 11.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here again is McKinnon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this.
Punt it, boy.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo.
I was right there for the pick.
And he'll be taken down. But
this game is garbage.
Inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run it now. Out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er 1st. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Looking for Garcon. He's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to cash him for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
First down, here's Cousins. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Oh, now he pulls him over. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. But with the incompletion there, gives us time to hit on the retirement, Charles, of Eric Decker. Of course, played for the Broncos, Jets, and Titans, was with the Patriots this preseason, but now he's going to step aside.
I think he had a fantastic career because look at it this way. Getting 1,000 yards in one season.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a third and long. On play action, Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins.
My God!
Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes Sherrills. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Play fake, Cousins, and Rudolph has it, the tight end, and they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Play action now. Cousins throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Very solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. To the air again, it's Cousins. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He dumps off to Morris. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
21.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Carlson on for the PAT. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separate.
I'll trade.
The 49ers offense now. They work their
What's
way back.
up?
I'll trade you a space.
Costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
13.
To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
11.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A very solid gain of 27.
Hey, come on. 11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did. And if I'm not incorrect, his... goal when he started this to help all the people was $200,000.
41.6 million minus 200,000. That's a pretty good margin there.
That's a heck of a margin. Congratulations to J.J. Watt, his foundation, and to everyone who contributed to help out the people in Houston.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Following the interception, Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Line out! Lucky 50. Where's the hunt?
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So that'll back them up 5.
I got Stanners, Diamond Nev, Winner, Kool-Aid Jimmers.
The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9. Second down, Cousins. And right with it here over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Nike check. We have this.
Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7.
Hey.
It's 1st and 10.
I'm a boss. Can't take a loss.
On first down, Murray. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
This is Murray. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They go play action. Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And some room to work. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here.
What happened?
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
What'd he do?
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
What'd he do? Like, how'd he scam you?
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Cousins on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches,
I want it,
that'll be a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 23. Cousins now to throw on first down. Wright's got it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a second down throw for Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden. Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one. Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right? Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well. Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that. I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. To throw is Garoppolo. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space, with big guys leading the way. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there, 26 yards. What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove? Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't they? They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4. And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Garoppolo now. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. And Gold is able to put it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends. And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me. Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And now out comes Minnesota. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. So there's one big play followed by the timeout as we're under 10 seconds to go. And now how do you play it offensively? We'll find out. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 24 all.
Oh my God, I'm a god. Stream.
A little teaching
Check
moment
it.
here. Overtime
Stream.
rules. Remind us how this goes.
Let's go.
Okay.
Give me
so
that.
pass,
Let's
the
freaking
outside
go.
pass. First
Let's
team to
go.
score wins.
16
No longer.
seconds. I'm
Now,
down 3.
if the team receives the
Came
ball,
back. Go all the way there. When at 1 second left, I get out of
If
bounds.
they field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death.
I'm a
First team to
monster.
score wins the game.
I'm
So
a
we're right back where we
monster.
started. All even as the kick's away. Here comes Sherrills. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
Black, 82.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
Oh, that's
What an effort. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. First down. Here's Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. That goes for a gain of 31. Explosion plays always break the back of a defense. In overtime to put him in the red zone, that was huge.
I like your description there because when you get an explosion play, now people are really scrambling on defense. Now they're looking to each other. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make the play? Offensive guys have the momentum. Now they're in the red zone. They've got to be thinking attack, trying to get it into the end zone.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Cousins now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown. Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. Garoppolo on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. On play action, now Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime. And it took the field goal to win it.
Good game.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Good game, dude. Good game.
I keep saying like he's like talking, but I can't hear him. Oh, hi. I used to have a 5-year sword.
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We
I got a lawyer. Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. Swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Whip that thing. Whip it. This shit give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it. Bring it. Don't want no. They pull up with that. It's times 3. It's times 3. This how it go. Park $1 million at the. We gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich back to the top floor. More PJs and rich like water go to Cabo. Cash in the walls, hollow. Your money too small, micro. Huncho on the call, gotta.
Yeah. Hey, stream.
I like this girl because she has rocket boots. Boom. What color are your rocket boots? Oh, mine is the same color.
If you don't shut the fuck.
Yeah, isn't that where it's the loot section?
Shut up. Stop talking like that. Stop talking like that. Austin. Austin.
I don't have enough gold for it, though.
Austin. Stop talking like that.
I'm a little boy. They actually think that I'm a little kid, though. It's funny.
You are a little kid.
No, they actually think that I'm like 7. It's hilarious. Like, they're like, yeah, do that, and it's called a siege breaker, not a kite. And yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, Poppy what do the flower thingies do? What do the flower thingies do? Poppy? Oh. I don't have very good things. See, guys, listen. I was talking to Poppy. Listen to the enforcer thingy, like the strongy thing that you put on, thing that makes your building stronger. Listen to it. It sounds like Daquan saying, "Come here, brother." I mean, come on, brother. Now I have a couple good guns so I can give to my friend. Because he got his inventory stolen. Scammed. My friend's name is Kick It Move.
The 2K19 hex, I ain't downloading that, because if I download it, then I'm going to have to get 2K19. And I'm not wasting my money again. Nah, because 2K18 tricked me. I thought it was going to be cool. It was whack.
My friend told me, my friend's friend told me to drop it, and I did, and he picked it up and left.
I put 110 of my hard-earned bills in that motherfucker, and I played it for a week, because Fortnite came out.
I deleted my friend.
It is, exactly. It looks exactly like 18, except like there's like more parks, and you can dress like Lil Yachty and Ugly. You see Lil Yachty on it.
Chop, chop, chop. The zombies chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. I love chopping up these zombies.
heard it's different.
Do you guys know
I'm not downloading it.
Super
You know, I'm gonna download it just so I can make fun of the ugly game.
I learned it yesterday. Do you know what a shush kebab is?
Bro. Give me the ball!
This pointy thing is a skewer.
I ain't talked to you in a
I
minute.
learned it yesterday. Yeah.
I ain't talked to you in a minute. How you been, son?
Yeah. It says only Outlanders can acquire a fragment's power.
Cool.
What is that?